Morning, Wayne. We will see you right here at this desk in about 2 hours, 11:30 Eastern, as always on Fridays for Wayne's World. But right now, it's time to skip the BS because it's time for Undisputed. It's time for Paul Pierce and Keyshawn Johnson and I to deep dive into LeBron and AD versus Joker and Jamal. Gentlemen, start your engines. Ready to go? By the way, Paul thinks he outdid me in the sneaker category today, but no. Don't pull your hamstring.
Come on, man.
Okay?
What's that? Come on, these the JTs, man. Come on.
Jason Tatum's. At least they're in the Jordan line.
Yeah, you see those.
But you really think those beat those?
Come on.
Come on, stop.
Come on, stop.
Game over.
Both of y'all too old to be sitting up comparing some damn shoes.
Oh,
Forever.
man.
All right, we got Lakers Nuggets. We got game one. It's 8:30 Eastern tomorrow night. Nuggets are still favored by 7.5 in Denver. Paul Pierce, let's start. We'll get to who wins the series, but let's start with game one. Who wins and why?
I don't know what's up with all this Laker optimism. You know, I know you have confidence in LeBron and AD, but what do you guys mean? You don't see a line like 7.5 for nothing, which is probably the biggest line in the opening game of the playoffs that we're going to see this weekend.
That's true.
Nothing's going to change. Denver is the Lakers' daddy. They've won 8 in a row, and they're going to continue to win in game one. And I really believe that this 7.5 is too low for game one. I truly believe that Denver will come out and make a statement in game one and win by at least 15 points. They have no answer. At least 15. Okay. They have no answer for Murray. They have no answer for Joker. And this home crowd is unbelievable once playoffs games start.
Yep.
I mean, it's like a place, it's one of the top 5 places to play in the playoffs.
Plus you have the altitude.
And the altitude is just too much. I think they come out, punch the Lakers in the mouth in game one. Game two is a different story. You make adjustments, but in game one, I believe the Lakers are going to go down. Murray has had his way with the Lakers. D'Lo can't find answers. He struggled versus Denver. He's 14 points a game versus Denver Nuggets versus Murray's 24 points a game, 9 assists. I mean, Murray doesn't even average 9 assists on the year. It's just something that Murray feels about the Lakers. He's comfortable. He's confident. And if the Lakers want to have a chance, they got to get him to be uncomfortable. And I just don't see it on his home floor in game one, the start of the road to the championship for the Denver Nuggets will continue this weekend.
Okay, so you did give me yesterday Lakers plus 12. You standing by that?
I stand on that.
Thanks. So you say it's going to be a 15-point game, and you gave me 12.
I gave you 12.
Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson.
That's easy money. That's easy money, Skip. Yeah. That's easy. Come on, easy money, man. Man, I'm going to be dining somewhere in Beverly Hills.
We do understand and recognize it's a tall order for the Lakers to go into Denver.
Sure it is.
Or Saturday, or tonight, but Saturday, and win. It's a tall order. The optimism is simple. There's a LeBron James and there's an Anthony Davis to start with. Just like you said, a Joker and a Murray. They got to show up just like those two guys got to show up. Then you start getting into all the little ancillary pieces around them. The so-called role players, those guys have got to come to the party. But this notion that they don't have a chance and they can't win, and they're just so overmatched because the point spread says 7.5. And you mentioned, Paul, there's no other team matchup in this first round that'll have a 7.5-point spread. You probably are correct. But there's also no other team that has an opponent that has been beaten 8 straight times. So that spread, that 8 times being beat gives this spread that credit because that's what it is. But they're looking at the past. They're not looking at tomorrow. They're just looking at the past. Everybody's looking at the past and saying that the Lakers can't win because they've been beaten by them 8 times in a row, swept a year ago, a couple months from now in the Western Conference Final, 4 straight games, bye-bye, see you later, and then rolled through them through the regular season. So people automatically assume that that's going to happen again.
But that does something to you psychologically.
But it also can benefit you, too, because as Skip would say, that's just wrong. Enough's enough. That's just wrong. It could be all of a sudden we're tired of it.
Eight times and you beat in a row and you've lost by double figures 3 times this year.
Okay.
Like what kind of confidence or what changes? Like, tell me what
they
changes.
put on their shoes just like they put on
role players don't play that well on the road, especially in an environment like Denver. And then think about this. If you get down 3, 4, 5 points with 5 minutes to go, it's like it creeps into your head, doubt. And it's like, here we go again. This is what happened to us last time.
All that is correct, Paul. But before the game even starts, you just assume that they're going to go lay down.
No, I ain't saying they're going to lay down.
You said they're going to lay down. You just gave this man 12 points. That's a lay down.
Well, it was a close game in the last game until the Denver Lakers was up 5.
They were.
And
up 2 with 4 minutes to go.
4 minutes ago.
You mean this year?
Yeah. This year, they were up 2 with 4 minutes to go and lost by 10.
They did.
So
that happened.
It can be a close game.
Yep.
And the Denver's just going to run late.
Yeah, it could be a close game, and the Lakers could go on and run late. And that run could happen.
Well, look, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen tonight.
No, tomorrow night.
It won't happen tonight. It won't happen tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
They own
them. Definitely won't happen tonight.
They own them, and I just don't see nothing that the adjustments, because we haven't seen it in 2 years. We haven't seen what adjustment can you make tonight?
Well, we'll see.
Listen, Anthony Davis is an all-world defender to me. I think he's one of the best defenders ever, actually, at that position. He has everything, all the tools. He has height, athleticism. He can move laterally really good.
He can.
And that's the prototypical defender that you would say, hey, I would like this type of player to guard him. Someone like him, Antetokounmpo. I can't even think of another player in the league that's around that height, that athleticism. Moves laterally. No, he don't move laterally like them.
But I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying? But that would be the prototypical type of defender that you would want, ideally, on the Joker. But then the Joker continues to dominate these guys. 28, 12, and 12. Average versus AD.
Okay.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, AD just give him 28, 12, and 12, and we'll be good.
He can't get the assists, and that's the difference right there.
Well, we're going to reduce the 12 and assists.
All right, Paul Pierce and Keyshawn, allow me to tell you why the Lakers are going to win tomorrow night, and they're going to win this series in 6 games.
Please.
Because I believe the basketball gods have tapped LeBron James on the shoulder. I believe they have blessed him. I believe his planets just aligned in ways I did not see coming. And it started 1 week ago tonight in, of all places, San Antonio, where the 21-60 San Antonio Spurs, with no starter left except Wemby, shocked the Denver Nuggets, shocked them right out of the 1 seed, beat them by 2 in the upset of the year in the NBA. I don't care what you say. It was the shock of the year. When I saw that, I didn't watch the game, but when I saw the score, I said, what? They blew the 1 seed, and it dropped them into the 2 seed, and it dropped them into LeBron's path, just the way this man across the table wanted, early instead of late. If the Nuggets win that game, they are the 1 seed, and you can't see them until the conference finals, right? But no, the Spurs finally won a game, thanks to Wemby. And then we get to Tuesday night, and Zion has the game of his life. He has scored 40 points with 3 minutes to go, and we know what happened. He scores one right in AD's face, a little floater, and he comes down. It didn't look that dangerous or awkward, but he jammed his leg under him. His hamstring jammed. I don't know what happened, but he left the premises, and when he went up the tunnel, the air went out of that building and out of the home team. That looked like it was on the way to shocking the Lakers. And if the Lakers had lost that game, then LeBron has to deal with the Sacramento Kings tonight that have beaten him 8 of the last 9 times, and he was looking at 2 play-in losses this year, and that would taint your legacy at least a little bit. But instead, he survives Zion and the Pelicans, and look at him now. He gets almost 4 full days of rest for a first-round playoff series against his nemesis, the Nuggets, and he gets them early instead of late, and he gets them when he, as he said the other day, I'm much healthier than I was a year ago. And think of the role he is coming in on, because he just shot a career high from three, 41%. Well, obviously, a year ago, he was a disaster from three against the Nuggets. He was 1 of 10 in the fourth quarter.
Up there. It's hard to breathe.
Okay, well, I got you. And remember, just a year ago, in the playoffs, LeBron set the all-time playoff record for consecutive three-point misses in fourth quarters. He missed 19 straight fourth-quarter three-pointers. And then he turned around, and I guess he went in the lab, and he fixed it because he shot 41% from three this year. I've always questioned his late-game free throw shooting. He actually made some this year because the Lakers were actually the best clutch team in basketball this year. In late game, it's like in the last 5 minutes of games, they were 24-9. And LeBron made a late free throw, 1 out of 2 at Toronto that won the game. And then he went up to Golden State in March, and he hit 2 late free throws in the second overtime to win that game. And he's coming in on, as Keyshawn keeps pointing out, a free throw roll. Last 6 games, he's 38 of 46. That's 83%. That's pretty good. But if I boil it down to the last 3 games, he's 24-27. If I just go the last 2 games, and you brought this up, he is 16 out of 16. So all of a sudden, he's got a hot hand from three and the free throw line. And he's coming in to beat his nemesis in a way with it's really 4 days off, where can he be any fresher or hotter or better than he could be?
Or stiff?
Well, I don't know.
Or stiff?
Well, how about the...
Why are you going to be stiff?
Yeah.
Too many days off.
Okay, well, what about your team? What about the Nuggets?
They're young. They're a young team. They're a young team. They get out. They don't even stretch, Skip. When you're an older team, you need time to warm up. Like, you need time to stretch. We all know that. I
don't know.
4 days off. When the last time the Lakers had 4 days off? All right. They good when they play in rhythm.
Okay.
You need to play in rhythm. If you haven't played for a week as an older player, as older guys on the team, you gotta stay fresh.
Okay.
It's like me right now. I gotta go in the gym. I gotta stretch. I gotta get on the treadmill before I start lifting weights. I can't take 3 days off. Come in there. I might pull something. I mean, 4 days off is too much.
Okay, but if ever a 39-year-old could be any readier for this, he's ready for this, right? It's perfect. And Paul, what do you always tell me? You got to have an X factor. Okay. Well, why did I pick the Lakers before the year started? I kept telling Keyshawn, they went out and got Gabe Vincent. And all he did, okay, time out. You chuckle. You chuckle until I explain. What did Gabe Vincent do in the NBA Finals last year at Denver in Game 2? The Heat managed to win one game because he scored 23 points in Game 2, and he made 4 of 6 three-point shots.
He shot it well.
He shot it well. And Dave McMenamin reported on ESPN.
How many 20-point games he got this year?
Okay, well, he hadn't been playing all year because he's had a knee issue that required a scope. Okay,
and
so he's played 11 games.
He shot the ball well the other night.
Okay.
He
2 for 3.
Yeah, that's good.
McMenamin reported that the Laker brass was just raving about his input and what he did the other night on Tuesday night. Played 18 minutes and gave 9 points and 4 rebounds. Okay.
That's pushing the needle, Skip.
All right. Nope, it's not.
Got back, Paul.
Here we go.
That's the X factor.
Wait a second.
That's the X factor.
How many points did Jamal Murray average against the Lakers in those 4 sweep games last year in the conference finals?
Over 30.
33 a game.
Over 30.
Okay. What did Jamal do then in the NBA Finals? He turned right around. Who was his primary defender in the NBA Finals? Aha! It was Gabe Vincent, who held him to 21 a game, from 33 down to 21, because I think Gabe Vincent bothers him a little bit.
No, it was the Miami defense.
Okay.
It was a Miami defense. They played great pick and roll defense. This wasn't Gabe Vincent getting up there like he's Tony Allen.
I don't know.
And getting in his face and locking that down.
I'm telling you right here, right now, he is the best Laker defender on the floor. And he's fresh, and he will be the X factor in this series. And then I flip it around on you. Who was the X factor for Denver last year in those four quarters? Bruce Brown was. And he is not a Nugget anymore. He's gone. Christian Brown. So you got that. Okay. Who was the primary defender in fourth quarters on D'Lo last year? It was Bruce Brown. He tormented him. He haunted him into horrendous shooting because he finally just got pulled in the games 3 and 4. Okay, so all of a sudden you add Gabe Vincent, you lose Bruce Brown. I would say that's advantage Lakers.
Yeah, D'Lo.
D'Lo.
What's D'Lo? Okay, let's go to D'Lo then. What's D'Lo? What's D'Lo averaged during the regular season this year versus Denver Nuggets? You want me to, you don't know? You want me to tell you?
No, it's terrible.
It's 14 points. What does he normally average? 18.
So he dropped by 4.
3 assists. All right. But that's a big disparity between the two because Murray, he's averaged 24 to D'Lo's 14. If the Lakers want a chance, he's got to try to find a way to cancel him out. And if you can hold Murray to, say, 21, and D'Lo gets 18, his average, we're just asking him to just get his average.
Okay.
That's kind of like canceling him out.
Okay.
And then now you say, all right, AD, we need you to somewhat cancel out the Joker. Okay. Joker's giving you 20, 28. D'Lo, we need you to give us every night 28 and 11 and 12 rebounds. All right, if you can do that, because I do believe that D'Lo is the X factor. He's the X factor to me.
Okay.
He's the one capable of big games.
Sure.
He's capable of making a lot of threes to just set off the difference of Jamal Murray making his threes. And he's going to be the primary defender on him. He's going to be putting pick and roll all night, every night. And so it's going to be on him, on how he defends and shoots the ball if the Lakers want a chance. And by the way, he only shot 40% from the field and 33 from 3 versus Denver this year. So I think he needs to step up.
All right. My X factor, beyond Gabe Vincent, is a young man who in those 4 fourth quarters last year, and they lost those games, it's Austin Reaves.
9 in the fourth quarter.
All he did was make 8 out of 10 shots against the Nuggets in those 4 fourth quarters. All he did was make 7 of 8 threes. And I skimmed through the play-by-play of the fourth quarters of those 4 games this morning, and I kept seeing Austin Reaves, Austin Reaves, Austin Reaves, Austin Reaves from 30 feet. And he was the one who kept them in those games. And they were all 4 close games. And then that happened, and that happened, and that happened because Jamal mostly took over. Jamal, in those 4 fourth quarters, made 12 out of 13 free throws, and that was really the difference because he was the guy who got to the free throw line and slammed the door.
See, Paul, you're talking about D'Angelo struggled and only having 14 points, 33% from 3 and 40, what'd you say?
40% from the field.
40% from the
This
field. This year. Take into consideration, what you take into consideration, when those games occurred, when LeBron James decided he was going to defer to them a little bit more. Okay. And all of a sudden, D'Lo looks different now. Along with Austin Reaves. When you think about last year, and I know I laughed at Skip, not laughed at him, but told Skip we wasn't doing that last year. That was last year.
Right.
But LeBron was carrying everything.
There's a different way they're playing late in the season than they
Absolutely, 100%. You can look at it and see what LeBron is doing. LeBron's taking less shots. He's deferring to them more. He's allowing them. It's almost like he's getting them ready for the playoffs.
It's what you asked for, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when the playoffs come, how much trust are you going to have? Because your mentality changes in the playoffs. Well, trust gets a little slimmer. Just like the lineups, the rotation gets shorter because the trust in those other players.
Yeah, but if I'm giving it, but if I'm giving it to you early and you doing what you're supposed to do, then I'm good. And if you doing what you're supposed to do, it's just like in football. If they throwing me the ball and I'm dropping it, they ain't gonna give it to me no more. But if I'm out there cooking and I'm beating my man, they gonna make sure I put me in position.
It's easier to trust in the regular season than it is the playoffs.
Sure it is.
It's too much on the line.
I understand.
Now, would LeBron rather kick it to the corner with the game on the line or go up with a fadeaway over 2 people? Like, you think about those things.
He's always been known to make the right play, so I would think
I'm just saying, though, it's just like the trust gets slim in the playoffs. You trust your superstar taking a bad shot because superstars are superstars because they make bad shots and that role players can't. And so when it comes down to it, the trust may have a fracture in the playoffs.
To me, the way that I've been looking at it is he is conditioning them in the regular season, toward the back end of the regular season, conditioning them.
He did a great job of doing that.
To get ready for the playoffs.
He did great at doing
that. Now, when we get into the playoffs,
actually happens, just like Mike Tyson says, everybody got a game plan until they get hit, and then stuff changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're a Debbie Downer. You want to sit up here and act like they getting ready to just brick every shot.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
Where's the confidence? Where's the optimism? They've lost 8 in a row. They've been dominated this year. They got a slogan that says, "Who's your daddy?" I mean, who else said, like, nobody else has that. Like, I haven't even heard that. from nobody else. Like, come on, like
you
this is
about,
like, who talks to LeBron and the Lakers like this?
Well, that's
like,
the point.
That's crazy to me.
That is crazy.
Like nobody's talking.
Everybody can talk crazy when you win a championship. You beat a team. Everybody talk crazy.
I mean, just the disrespect. I mean,
yeah, but everybody does that.
This is LeBron.
Not
James.
even thinking that you're gonna see me
LeBron
again.
James, like, who would say that about a LeBron James?
Okay, so at what point does he say that's enough?
They didn't beat the Lakers in the finals.
They
beat the Heat, and this came across. This was in the speech. After the parade? It's like we beat y'all in the first round, not in the conference finals, not the championship.
Oh, no, but they considered it
that was their championship.
So why didn't they go after the Miami Heat? Why didn't they say?
Because you can't go after the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat.
We just beat you.
Yeah, but the Miami Heat,
We just beat the Heat.
Because we're so embedded in your mind, you still thinking about us 3 weeks later, or whatever it was, a month later.
Sure.
You thinking about us a month later. You were so hell-bent over on getting through LeBron and the Lakers. A month later, after you beat the Miami Heat, you still talking about us. What are you talking about, Paul?
I'm just saying, like, that's just...
All right, so, Paul, are you going sweep again? You going back-to-back sweeps?
I think the Lakers can pull one.
One?
One out, 5 games.
Okay, and
games.
What's your best guess on that? It'd be game 3, maybe? Game 4?
They get game 3.
3, okay. So you give them 1 game and it's 5. Gentleman's sweep.
Gentleman's sweep.
All right.
A baker's dozen, gentleman's sweep, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
Keyshawn, what's your outcome?
Lakers in 6.
6.
Yeah, Lakers in 6. They steal one of these two. One of the two. That's what we call it. We call it a steal. Okay? Because we not...
So you don't expect to just take it. You got to steal it.
I'm going off of based on what people like you are saying about the Lakers. People like you, Paul, that are saying that they don't have a chance. I got to go in there and steal it.
I haven't seen nothing. The thing is, this is not even hate. This is not that me hate. I'm just going off what I've seen.
You're the only person saying it ain't hate.
I'm going off what I've seen. I haven't seen anything that tells me they can beat them.
I understand that, but your approach is such that...
So, like, give me some... Where do you see a crack in the armor of Denver that the Lakers can expose? What have they done well versus Denver? What have they done well?
Well, they've done well. They've done things well throughout the game until you get to the last 4 or 5 minutes.
What is this something you say, all right, we can expose this?
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Denver's bench is pretty shaky. It's pretty weak. I give you their starting 5 is the best starting 5, but you better be able to roll with your 5 all the way home.
And Lakers got a bench.
Well, again, I'm saying Gabe Vincent's starting to give him a bench.
You better put hey, Gabe Vincent be lucky to play in game 1.
All right, we'll see about that. I think he'll play 20 minutes in game 1, maybe more. I think you're missing.
So that's the X factor right there.
Yes, sir. He and Austin Reaves.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, you put some respect on Austin Reaves' name.
That's crazy. Austin, who?
You gonna put some respect on
Hey, I was coming to work. When I go home to work, I see the Austin Reaves. He got the lemon billboard. I forget. It's the lemon billboard, something like.
Yeah.
Man, move, man.
I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. Yep. He's arrived.
Man, if you don't leave him alone, man.
No, he got a billboard.
He's about to back up his billboard.
He's cool. He gave y'all. He was the Larry Bird against y'all.
He got a billboard.
In the Celtics.
Hey, shout out to Austin Reaves. He got a billboard.
Yeah, he got a billboard.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.